Okay, so the next question is from Scott. What's up, Scott? He says, are any of your clients self-hosting? By self-hosting, I mean their website is hosted on their server, not a hosting service. I have a prospective client who says he has been self-hosting for 15 years. However, when I do a test on who is hosting this, the result, who is hosting this, the result says it is hosted by Logix and gives domain control locations, so name servers, with XX and YI as the substitutes for real numbers. My prospect is positive the hosting is on his server because he is not paying for hosting services. This is way out of my skill set. Any help is appreciated. I'm not a server guy. Chris and Marco would be better at that for me than me. I can assume domain control is just a name server type of service, though, and so I think it could be hosted on his own service and be using a name server or DNS service for that. But I'm not 100% sure. Marco, can you shed some light on this?
Self-hosting, that's kind of old school. It's kind of cool. I wonder why
really
he would do that. I wonder
really
why he would do that. Paying like $10 a month or $15 a month for hosting. I don't know. I'm not an expert either. It's just funny.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because it's a lot of work to keep a server up, especially security. And not only that, I mean, I know that here I have to go through the ISP and make sure that my bandwidth it can support the service, especially if I'm planning to get a whole bunch of traffic, which when I do tests, bots go crazy. And so I need that kind of bandwidth. Logix, I think that's just a desktop app, Scott. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have self-hosting. He's probably paying for the web app. I don't know if it's a paid service, but by Logix. But I am familiar with Logix, and it's just, I'm sorry, but it's a lot of work. The steps that it takes to do that, right? You have to register the domain like you do everywhere else, but you have to code the website in something, just whether like HTML, PHP probably. You have to get the IP address, point it at the computer, actually at the computer's IP, and if it's dynamic, you have to take care of that. Again, the ISP has to support hosting. Now, here's the thing: why would you have it? When the lights go out and he turns everything off, that server has to stay on, or like the website will go off for however long the guy's out. What if he's on vacation? What if there's a power outage?
Well, he's got to have somebody managing the server. If he doesn't even know, like if he can't help Scott tell Scott, like, you know, what's going, like he just says, oh, I've been hosting it for 15 years. Somebody's got to be managing that server. Somebody has.
You can do it on your computer. All you need is the AMP software, right? Apache, MySQL, and PHP. All you need is the web stack, and you can do it on your computer. But I'm telling you all the steps that it takes. Right. And then how are you supposed to do anything with that, Scott, if it's on the guy's computer? Do you have access to the guy's computer?
Well, he said it's hosted on their server, which I don't know. That could be a server sitting in their IT closet, or it could be a server somewhere else, right? Like at Rackspace or something, right?
Yeah, if that. But what I'm saying is it can even be the guy. It can be on a laptop. Sure. It can be on a desktop. It doesn't matter. You can install it. All you need is the software. But even after all that, I mean, you still have to install everything. You can even run WordPress off of your home computer. It depends on how far you want to go. But I mean, this question is, yeah, I mean, I've done it. I haven't done it in a long time because it's not necessary anymore. But why does this guy insist on doing that? And why would you want to even bother with something like this? I'm not sure. Okay, so yes, the question is, do we have any clients? No. And he's a prospective client for what? And what are you planning to do with it? And, you know, if you're going to need access to that, they would have to give you remote access so that you could get in there. Because I'm not even sure of what the final aim of this question is. It's just a whole bunch of shit involved. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I would just contact the client and ask him specifically, like, who is managing your server, like, and put me in touch with that person, whoever that is. If he says he's self-hosting, I promise somebody, it's probably not the client himself, like, you know, the business owner that you're talking to that's actually managing it. He may be, And if so, then he's got to be the go-to guy for anything that you need. But otherwise, if there's somebody else that's managing that set it up and is managing it on an ongoing basis, then I would say put me in touch with them for any sort of server access issues that you need, like cPanel or whatever it is. So anyways, that's what I would do. But yeah, I agree. I think that's sometimes you run into people that have overcomplicated issues, and I don't know that it's worth it. It really depends on how much you're getting paid. So.